JBS is pleased to present exclusive television coverage of KulturfestNYC, a series of Yiddish language programs performed throughout New York City, a production of the National Yiddish Theater Folksbiene, as the Folksbiene celebrates its 100th anniversary. We hope you enjoy this JBS presentation of KulturfestNYC.
Start with a song from this neighborhood, or from not far from here, from 100 years ago, 1915. Probably know this one.
Nicht such mich wo, die Myrten grünen, gefindest mich dort nicht, mein Schatz. Wo Lebenswelken bei Maschinen, dort ist mein Ruheplatz, dort ist mein Ruheplatz. Nicht such mich wo, die Vögel singen, gewinnst mich dort nicht, mein Schatz. A Schlaf bin ich, wo Keiten klingen, dort ist mein Ruheplatz, dort ist mein Ruheplatz. Look not for me in nature's greenery, you will not find me there, I fear, where lives are wasted by machinery. That is where I rest, my dear. Look not for me where birds are singing and chanting songs. Find not my ear, for in my slavery chains are ringing. Here's the music I do hear, not where the streams of life are flowing. I draw not from these fountains clear, but where we reap what greed is sowing, hungry teeth and falling tears. But if your heart does love me truly, join it with mine and hold me near. Then will this world of toil and cruelty die in birth of Eden here. Und liebst du mich mit wahrer Liebe, so komm zu mir, mein guter Schatz, und heiter auf mein Herz Lustriebe und mach mir süß mein Ruheplatz und mach mir süß mein Ruheplatz.
Dank. I want to bring up a good chaver of mine, a good brother of mine. On the fiddle, Jake Shulman-Ment. You out there? Jake and I have a band called the Painted Bird.
Jobless corps, no work in the factory, no more manufacturing. All the tools are broken, rusted, every wheel and window busted. Through the city streets we go, idle as a CEO, idle as a CEO. 1, 2, 3, 4, join the marching jobless corps. We don't have to pay no rent, sleeping in a camping tent, dumpster diving, don't take money. Every bite we share with 20. Let the yuppies have their wine. Bread and water suit us fine. Bread and water suit us fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Join the marching jobless corps. Worked and paid our union dues. What did years of that produce? Houses, cars, and other for the richest benefit. What do workers get for pay? Hungry, broken, thrown away. Hungry, broken, thrown away. Drei, vier Arbeitslose sind in mir, nicht gehört Chadosh im Land, in Fabrik dem Hammerklan, es liegen Keilen, kalt vergessen, es nimmt der Jabber sei schon fressen, gehen mir herum in Gas, wie dick wir im Pust und Pass, wie dick wir im Pust und Pass. 1, 2, 3, 4 Arbeitslose sind in mir, ohne Begit, ohne Heim, unser Bett ist Erd und Lehm, und noch wer was zu genießen, teilt man sich mit jedem Bissen Wasser, wie dick wir im Wein, gießen wir in sich herein, gießen wir in sich herein. Oi, 1, 2, 3, 4 Arbeitslose sind in mir, jahrelang gearbeitet schwer, geschafft als mehr und mehr, Häuser, Schlösser, Städte und Länder, für ein Hefele, für ein Schwender, unser Leunder, für das Bus, Hungerleut und arbeitslos, Hungerleut und arbeitslos. Sing a marching song for a land, a world of justice where no boss or cop can bust us. There'll be work for every hand in a new and better land, in a new and better land.
1, 2, 3, 4, мы построим новый мир, где простой воспрянет люд, где свободным станет труд, где законом станет честность, и никто не станет есть нас в этот мир. Товарищ Вель, мы с тобой откроем дверь, мы с тобой откроем дверь.
1, 2, 3, 4, вот азой marschieren wir, Arbeitslose Krieg noch Krieg, und wir singen sich an Lied für ein Land, a Welt a neue, wo es lebt Menschen freie, Arbeitsloses kein Schumhang, in dem neuen freien Land, in der neuen freien Land, in der neuen freien Land, in der neuen freien Land.
Psoy, Korolenko! So leben der International.
I followed you over the border, down to the Spree. You were standing alone by the water, waiting for me. We wandered along by the river, the towers all shrouded in haze, and we kissed by the wire, and they all held their fire in the good old bad old days. Just remember how lovely it couldn't have been when the world was as closed as a door. I remember those nights down in old East Berlin with the microphones listening under the floor. 'Cause that doesn't happen now that communism's dead, right? And every stamp in this passport of mine was a record of kisses you gave. Yes, we suffered in style, and it's all in the file in the good old bad old days. Yada-da, yada-da, yada-da,
Я шел за тобой вдоль границы, вниз по реке. Ты стояла одна у водицы, не вдалеке. Под проволокой мы целовались, и башни скрывались во мгле. И солдаты стояли, и в нас не стреляли при старом добром зле. Что ты скажешь, там было не очень-то мило, весь мир как закрытая дверь. Мы на кухнях берлинских бухали с тоски, нам внимали жучки, коих нет уж теперь. Каждый штамп в моем паспорте был как печать поцелуев, что ты мне дала. Этот мир некрасивый хранят лишь архивы старого доброго зла.
All the street lights were waltzing together, crimson and green, and your dress was as gray as the weather. Oh, what a dream. We've built up a city of whispers and classified war dossiers. I gave you control of my papers and soul in the good old bad old days. Oh yes, wasn't it miserable? Wasn't it grand when the world had an iron divide and the people could take a political stand just by singing a song for the opposite side? Now nobody cares who you are anymore, and nobody cares what you say. It's liberty's curse, but was it really much worse in the good old bad old days? Gathering flowers ever in May, and the statue of Marx by the tower faces away. By the wall is a souvenir table with hammers and sickles displayed on new watches that work, and they're sold by a Turk in these good old bad new days. Now I'm singing for euros and I'm drinking alone, where we used to spend marks at the bar, and the weeds have grown over the border of stone that cuts through the town like a surgical scar. And so many streets on this faded old map are like names written over a grave. It all makes me so sad, 'cause it wasn't that bad in the good old bad old days. Yada-da, 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 yada-da,
Стал трендом винтажным Алёша и Трептовский парк, и больше не смотрят на площадь Энгельс и Маркс. Сувениры, футболки, картинки про то, что стена здесь была, продаются в стране победившего рынка и нового доброго зла. Я за евро пою, и в однёху я пью, там, где тратили марки с тобой. а по нашим местам вьется каменный шрам той границы, что раньше казалось судьбой. А теперь лишь на выцветшей карте видна та страна, что быльем поросла. Только память осталась и прах, и зола от старого доброго зла.
So don't look for a final solution here in Berlin. For capitalist prostitution comes from within. And don't worry about revolution. We'll just keep the aesthetic cliches in this market of fleas, selling Klezmer CDs for the good old bad old days. So Genossen, Tavarishim, let's make a toast to the time when the state knew your name. And we'll all say L'chaim, Nazdrovya, and Prost to that braver old world where we all are the same, where nobody loses and everyone wins just as long as each comrade obeys. But that's all in the past, so let's raise up a glass to the good old bad old days. That's all in the past. Won't you raise up a glass to the good old bad old days?
Спасибо. Спасибо. So as I said, we're doing a lot of translations tonight. So this is what we would call a translation into the unknown original. So this is a song by Thomas Waits, which he didn't realize when he wrote it in English, it was actually a translation of a Yiddish song, which we've reverse engineered.
On translation.
On translation.
Ze hat gehört wegen Edward.
Did you hear the news about Edward?
Auf sein zweiter Seitkopf hat a zweit Penemel.
On the back of his head he had another face.
Sie von a Mädle, sie von a Frau.
Was it a woman's face or a young girl?
Doktoren, sie sagen, ob zu schneiden, wollt ihm sicher geteilt.
They said to remove it would kill him. So poor Edward was doomed.
Das Punem lacht und weint, wie a Beis Schwester.
The face could laugh and cry.
Bei Nacht sie säuden sich,
It was his devil twin at night. She spoke to him.
nur der Ruach weiß was.
Things heard only in hell.
Zwei was geeinigt auf ewig,
But they were impossible to separate.
müssen leben wie eins.
Chained together for life.
Zum Sof ist sein Geurl klar,
Finally the bell told his doom.
nimmt a Zimmer
He took a suite of rooms
hängt sich auf mit ihr,
and hung himself and her from the balcony irons.
Von einem Hotelbalkon. Efter ist schon befreit von ihr.
Some still believe he was freed from her,
Nur ich hab sie gekannt.
but I knew her too well.
Ich mein, als tut sich und am Meiser,
I say she drove him to suicide
weil sie treibt ihn in Dreh.
and took poor Edward to hell.
Thank you. Yeah, this is a song that I'm thinking about a lot these days. It's a song called Please Close the Blue Curtain, or Three Sisters. The Three Sisters are three Russian names that are also three words. Vera, Nadezhda, Lubov, which means faith, hope, and love. And yeah, it's a song about final debts.
Oh, draw, won't you please now, the indigo curtain. And doctors administer me no more drugs. My creditors stand at my bed, I am certain. The silent ones, faith, esperanza, and love.
Опустите, пожалуйста, синие шторы. Медсестра всяких снадобий мне не готов. Вот стоят предо мною мои кредиторы, молчаливые вера, надежда, любовь.
My time it is short now, and soon I'll be going. My pockets are empty, my debts unerased. Oh, but aren't there others enough who are owing? So please do not cry, benevolent faith. Then meekly and weakly, guilty, I turn to another and tenderly open my lips to her hands. Oh, please do not cry, Esperanza, my mother. Your sons are yet myriad throughout the land. Then to love my two empty hands I do tender, and hear her voice calling so softly to me. She says, do not cry, boy, and always remember, I give of myself in your honor for free.
Чистый лежу я в наплывах рассветных перед самым рождением нового дня. Три сестры, три жены, три судьи милосердных открывают бессрочный кредит для меня.
Then, so purified, pure and completely unworthy, I broke even as morning broke over the sea. Three sisters, three wives, three judges of mercy have granted one ultimate loan unto me. Three sisters, three wives, three judges of mercy have granted unlimited credit to me.
Psoy Korolenko.
Daniel Kahn.
I'm going to play one on my own here. This song doesn't have much to do with Yiddish, but unfortunately it has something to do with New York City. Couldn't get this song out of my head last week. This is a song by Johnny Cash. And I want to dedicate this to Khalif Browder. You guys know who he was? This is for him.
Jacob Green got busted for possession. Next morning early, he appeared in court. But he was sent to jail to wait, to be tried at some later date. Next morning early, there came a sad report. At the jail, they took away his clothes to shame him, and to make sure Jacob Green had no pride left, they cut off all his hair. Today they found him hanging there, afraid to face the day he killed himself. It happened yesterday, and if you turn your head away, somewhere in some dirty hole the scene will be rerun. Not only Jacob Green, but many more you've never seen. Could be someone that you love gets done like Jacob Green got done. Jacob's father hired a team of lawyers. Inspections and long inquiries were held. Now the sheriff has retired, and the papers say 2 guards were fired. They put a brand new coat of paint on Jacob's cell. But like a tomb that looks so white and shiny, inside it hides corruption never seen. And somewhere out there tonight, in a dirty hole without a light, they'll be locking up another Jacob Green. It happened yesterday, and if you turn your head away, somewhere in some dirty hole the scene will be rerun. Not only Jacob Green, but many more you've never seen. Could be someone that you love gets done like Jacob Green got done. Could be someone that you love gets done like Jacob Green got done.
This here's a song about a terrorist. But the good kind. Jake and I had the honor of meeting a woman. She's 93 years old, and she'll kick anybody's ass in here. She lives in Vilna. And, Yeah, Fania Brancovskaja. So Fania knew the lady that this song's about. And yeah, we had the honor of playing it for her. A charmante Frau, taki. Und a kräftige. Yeah.
Silence stars are shining over you. In the frost your hands are numb. Remember, sweet comrade, how I showed you how a soldier holds her gun. A girl, a coat of fur and leather, holding a pistol in her hand, waiting and watching for the German convoy to come around the bend. Still, die Nacht ist ausgesterben und der Frost hat stark gebrennt. Gedenkst du, wie ich hab dich gelernt? Halten a Speier in die Hände, a Moid, a Pelzug, a Bere, und halten handfest an a Gant. Moid mit der Samet in den Pohnen, dort im Psoy Karawan, gezielt, geschossen und getroffen, hat ihr Kleininke Pistol, erneut erfunden mit Waffen, behalten hat sie mit den Keul. Her trusty little weapon, breathes and pulls the trigger back. A transport full of ammunition. One shot stops it in its tracks. Dawn, she crawls out of the forest with garlands of snow all in her hair. One more little victory for freedom, one more comrade brave and fair. Vertog von Walder ist gekrochen, mit Schneegirlanden auf die Hohe. Mutig von Kleininken nicht sorgen, für unser neuen freien Dorf. Bemutigt von Kleininken nicht sorgen, für unser neuen freien Dorf.
I'm going to play a Troyer lead, a Troyer Marsch. I want to dedicate this entire concert, as well as like every concert that I can do in the future, to a man who he totally changed my life. He was the closest thing I ever had to a grandfather, and he inspired me professionally and personally and culturally. He was 95 years old, and he passed away on Sunday, uptown. He was born in Stuttgart. His parents were Polish. They didn't make it out, but he and his 9 or 8 siblings did. He went on to have a 6-decade career on Broadway and in films, acting in English and German and Yiddish. His name was Saul Frieder, Oliver Shaw. So this is for him. This is a march that Jake wrote, and then a song that I wrote to a melody by our friend Michael Winograd.
Sich die Welt darum, what is mein an neppeldick Fell, trocken dick a Säckele mit ich bin a Jesem, schleppen dick die Welt darum, suchen dick Hevel, suchen die Geld, suchen die Taten, wo sich fällt. Zwischen Fremde geh ich allein unter mein Kopf, a Kischele von Stein. Keiner nicht was kennt mich scheunen, nicht energisch. Wollt ich gewähn a kleine Nachtigall, wollt ich geflogen auf a Strahl, a Räuf in Himmel zu a neuer Heim, mit Mutter und Vater auf und ein. Über mein Moment groß und krumm, halt mich auf den Boden wie ein Anker. Das Pferd hat mich vertrieben, die Erde ist kalt und stumm, ich bin verjossend und verwogelt Gott. Und der Winter kommt schon zu gehen, es tut der Himmel werden Gora Groje. Und die Zeit ist wie ein Fläschel, geledigt scheun von Wein, mit Umet, 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 Umet.
Dank. That one's not really translatable. Yiddish is, I don't know, it's just like deep sadness just works better in Yiddish, I guess. It's too pathetic if you translate it. I don't know. Here's another one that's not translated. This is pretty new. I wrote the music for this poem a couple of weeks ago, 5 minutes before I had to perform it. For several hundred people, there was there's an exhibition at the Jewish Museum in Berlin about the binding of Isaac, and so I dug up an old Itzik Monger book, and I was looking at all these great poems. He dealt with that topic a lot, and I found this one. This is from his Chumash Lieder. It's called Avram Avinu Shav das Messer. Somebody's probably already set this to music, but I don't know. Anyway. Ay, 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 liu, una liu. Die Mutter Sura in een weißer Heu sitzt auf der Prisbevertrag. Ihr Nach ist wie ein junge Schwalb, flattert übern Dach. Sie schmeichelt, schon nach heutisch Zeit sind Holgerisa weg. Mit ihr Mamsrück Ishmael auf jenem schmollen Weg. Ay, 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 liu, liu, ay, liu, liu. Yitzchak ul ihr Eugenkopf spielt sich in gelben Sand und sniedert von die nonte Bett a blaue Nacht in Land. Sie guckt auf Yitzchaklen und quellt, es ist chol im Zisch, es wohl. Ist der Tate, ois neu, sein Nutz und seine Hol. Ay, 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 liu, liu, und ay, liu, liu. Nur wuss is mit Avrumschen Heim, sitzt in Häuf allein und scharft von sind noch warmes das Messer auf a Stein. Es zittert ihm die grohe Bord und murmelt Modnerei. Willst du mir tun, als bitte Gott? Is Meile, ich bin gereit. Und von dem nonten Äppelsorn verschmeckt mit Zwiet und Wind, mit Ei, Ei, Ei und Ei, Liu, Liu, wo's schläfert ein Kind. Und mit dem Messer in der Hand steht Avrum und hört, wie's nennt
das stille Wiegenlied herum die ganze Erde. Und then this happened. Well, the door opened slowly. My father, he came in. I was 9 years old, and he stood so tall above me. His blue eyes, they were shining, and his voice was very cold. He said, I've had a vision, and you know I'm strong and holy. I must do as I've been told. So we started up the mountain. I was running, he was walking, and his axe was made of gold. The trees, they got much smaller now, the lake a lady's mirror. We stopped to drink some wine, then he threw the bottle over. It broke a minute later, and he put his hand on mine. I thought I saw an eagle, but it might have been a vulture. I never could decide. When my father built an altar, he looked once behind his shoulder. He knew I wouldn't hide. And you who build these altars now to sacrifice these children, you must not do it anymore. A scheme is not a vision, and you never have been tempted by a demon or a god. Yes, you who stand above them now, your hatchet's blunt and bloodied, you were not there before. When I lay upon the mountain and my father's hand was trembling with the beauty of the word. And if you call me brother now, forgive me if I inquire, just according to whose plan. When it all comes down to dust, I will help you if I must. I will kill you if I can. When it all comes down to dust, I will kill you if I must. I will help you if I can. And mercy on our uniform, man of peace or man of war. The peacock spreads his fan. Thanks. This is a song, this is one of our songs
wrapped around an old song. This is an old song and a new song. Unfortunately, it's about a problem that is neither old nor new. Hopefully we can stop singing this song one of these days.
I'll see you on Sunday just after the war. We'll hang up our bruised old arms on the wall. So check all your armor and guns at the door. We'll drink to the end of it all. We'll check all our armor and guns at the door on Sunday after the war. We'll drown it in brandy, we'll drown it in wine. When all of the ships have laid anchor ashore, I'll pay for your sorrow if you'll pay for mine. When the ships have laid anchor ashore, I'll pay for your sorrow if you'll pay for mine. On Sunday after the war. After the war, after the war, all the bells will be ringing. After the war, after the war, after the war, nothing will be as before. On Sunday just after the war. Well, I'll see you on Sunday just after the war. We'll wipe all the mud and the blood from our boots. The grunts and the brass, volunteers and recruits, will carry their burdens no more. They'll sell off their burdens at the old surplus store on Sunday after the war. Well, I'll try to get used to my house and my bed when the flags have been folded and put in the drawer. I'll try to forget what I got in my head on Sunday just after the war. When the flags have been folded and put in the drawer on Sunday after the war. After the war, after the war, all the birds will be singing after the war. After the war, after the war, nothing will be as before on Sunday just after the war. Die Jahre sind gekommen neu weh. Dus 14 Jahre sind gekommen, für ein Soldat hat man mich zu nehmen neu weh. Für ein Soldat hat man mich zu nehmen neu weh. Ich bin auf ein Schlachtfeld darauf gekommen neu weh. Ich bin auf ein Schlachtfeld aufgekommen, hab ich getroffen, man Tavarisch in Blit schwimmen, neu weh. Hab ich getroffen, man Tavarisch in Blit schwimmen, neu weh. Hier kommt der Feigl und sie fliehen, neu weh. Hier kommt der Feigl und sie fliehen. Geht sich auf sein Kerperin, oi weh. Oi flieh, Feigl, flieh geschwind, oi weh. Oi flieh, Feigl, flieh geschwind, sag man Mama, dass ich bin gesehnt, oi weh. Sag man Mama, dass ich bin gesehnt, oi weh. Welt wird noch nicht Kaddisch suchen, oi weh. Wer wird noch nicht Kaddisch suchen, wer wird warten, wer wird klugen, oi weh. Wer wird warten, wer wird klugen, oi weh. Well, the meadow is heavy with drink from our veins, and some other son ain't no boy anymore. I swear I won't even try to explain how meadows and fingers are stained. If you ask me, I swear I won't try to explain on Sunday after the war. So I'll see you on Sunday just after the war. We'll cast our remembrance down in the grave where so many others who no one could save are smothered in brothers as brave. We'll cast our remembrance down in the grave on Sunday after the war. After the war, after the war, they're always recruiting after the war. After the war, after the war, will everything be as before? On Sunday just after the war.
A schönem herzlichen Dank. Seid ihr gesund und stark.